Good morning everyone. It's a beautiful day in Kuala Lumpur, and sadly for me it's the last glimpse of this particular cityscape. I'm leaving the room right now. I've packed up my stuff. I did do a little too much shopping. It's not all fitting in my one large suitcase, so they've splintered off into many small bags here and there, and I do have some last minute things I still have to put in. Today I'm not leaving Kuala Lumpur. I am going to my second room, which is going to be in a more central area, but I don't think the apartment will be this nice, you know. I've got to get done with this because I don't like being late or keeping anyone waiting. Now, I booked 2 different rooms so that I could get 2 slightly different experiences in Kuala Lumpur. The one downside is the check-in and check-out timings. My rooms are just about 3-4 kilometers away from each other, and it will be a really short 10-minute cab ride maybe. But the check-out time for this room is 11 a.m. and the check-in time for my next room is 3 p.m. So I'm gonna have to kill a good 4 hours just outside somewhere. I can kind of wait a little while in the lobby area of this building. They promised me that they would keep my luggage there also, but it's still not an optimal situation. So let's see what happens. Just like that, we are here at stay number 2. I am really quite impressed with the place. It's adjacent to the main touristy areas of Kuala Lumpur, which is Bukit Bintang, the big shopping street, as well as Jalan Alor, which is the food street. I was just talking about how I was worried like where I would spend 4 hours and the fact that I had so much luggage. But I was very lucky. This room wasn't booked yesterday, so they kept it ready and waiting for me, and they themselves offered to let me check in a lot earlier than their check-in time. Sometimes you can request also, and people will give you that option. I wasn't going to ask. The fact that they offered was just wonderful. I didn't have to waste any time. I could go directly from my old place to here. So it's time for the room tour. Let's start at the door. This is the main door, and this also has a digital lock with a number pad, kind of like my previous apartment in Kuala Lumpur. This is the entryway, so it's got some hooks where you can keep some belongings that you want to get a hold of. This stuff is just basically my luggage that I dumped right now, and this is what you see when you enter. The bathrooms first, so let's just pop in there, I guess. It's a pretty nice bathroom, looks very clean, and here's the sink, toilet, and the shower area. Other than the armchair that you see there, these 2 folding chairs are the only seating in the room. So this is like your breakfast nook cum dining table area. The room is kind of smaller and barer than my first place. It's not really fair to compare because this one is much more central, plus it was cheaper. There is a nice comfortable looking queen size bed, and here's the kitchenette area. The kitchen's also a lot smaller than in my first place, and there's no gas or anything. They said you're not really allowed to cook but just heat, so there's a microwave, there's a little kettle, there's a sink. I'm assuming there are some utensils, and there is also a mini fridge. The previous place had a giant full-size fridge. This will more than do for me. And hi, that's me, in case you weren't sure. So here's the television, here's some tea and snacks that they kept for me, as well as bottled water. This is the wardrobe area. I almost never use the wardrobes because I'm here for such a short time. I don't really unpack that way, but you know, if you want to get dressed up and all, it's nice to keep your clothes there. This is a cozy little nook. I'm sure I'll use this. There's a chair and an ottoman, and that's the only source of natural light. One large French window, which is again a lot smaller than the previous place, but I'm really grateful that there is at least some natural light, because there are apartments that don't have any. So this kind of floods the room during the day, which looks nice. Here's the view outside. You can kind of see some buildings, a little bit of nature, a road, and there's also the KL Tower there. The KL Tower has kind of been like my North Star when I'm in Kuala Lumpur. I haven't had any Petronas Tower views, but the KL Tower is something I always spot when I look up, so getting kind of attached to it. I was impressed with the level of security in my previous apartment, and I thought this would pretty much match a similar level, but here the security is just even bigger. There's of course the access card to enter the lift lobby, and then also they kind of scan your passport and take a photo of your face when they're registering you. That's because before getting into the lift lobby, there's a little bit of like a facial recognition thing, and only then do they even let you in the building. When I stood there in front of the camera, it caught my face and flashed my name, and that's how I could get through. And then my door also has a nice number lock. I really feel good about both of the apartments I picked here. Maybe this is a Kuala Lumpur standard on the whole, but these new apartment buildings really take security very seriously, which is definitely a priority for me while traveling alone. I don't think I've ever seen this level of security whenever I've stayed anywhere else in the world until now. So it's time to unpack a little, change, maybe freshen up, and grab a quick snack. I ended up chilling for a bit longer than I thought I would. So now it's about 7:30 and I'm heading out to roam a little bit in the Bukit Bintang area, as well as get a little something to eat for dinner. So I'm walking through the very famous nightlife street, which is long and really brightly lit, very pretty place. It's still quiet because it's nightlife and it's just 7:30 p.m. But apparently this street is really hopping every day till 4 a.m. So I was very quietly walking along Bukit Bintang, minding my own business. I got some Japanese takeout when I saw bright lights, and this shop called Machi Machi newly opened, and apparently there are really long queues all day, and everybody's busy taking pictures for Instagram and trying to figure out their drink orders. So they are known for this type of Asian cheese tea. I got a creme brulee flavored black tea. So the bottom part has black tea with milk, and then I added some boba or tapioca beads, and then on the top it's creme brulee cream cheese. I'd actually read about this trend and I was just very curious to try it, so I quickly queued up and paid for one expensive tea. There's even a way to have it. You just sip the cheese from the top first here, then you can slowly mix it and have it with the straw. Is one very smooth drink. It's very tasty. It's kind of rich. What I like is that it's still not over sweet, because most of these kind of drinks that you get in Mumbai are just like laced with so much sugar. So this is definitely sweet, but it's still less sweet. Is this drink worth what I paid for it? I'm not sure. Is it fun to have, tasty, and would I recommend trying it at least once? Definitely. I did visit Family Mart and Isetan. They are both pretty much Japanese stores. A few different drink cans, some Milo, some Coca-Cola vanilla, some Nescafe Ippo white coffee, some chocolates. I got the Kinder Bueno milk chocolate and white chocolate. From Family Mart, I picked up both of these onigiri with salted egg and shrimp. This is the bokimbap Korean fried rice onigiri, and this is like a fusion dish. The format itself is Korean, but then the fried rice is nasi goreng, which is Indonesian or Malaysian. From Isetan, I picked up this nigiri sushi roll, almost in a cone format. And I also got this chef's special. These are kind of like cutlets. One is chicken and one is beef. This is something that I picked up for home. It is instant ramen, and I just love that. There's this black bear. I knew this bear's name, but I forgot now. This is a Japanese imported product, and it was so kawaii. Like, I definitely wanted to try it out. Real talk, I don't know why, but today has not been the best day, and it's not really external factors. It's not that I've been having issues. In fact, everything went really smoothly with my moving. The cabby was nice. I checked in here really well, but I've just been feeling very anxious and very low. I think it just might be like a bad mental health day. Part of me doesn't even want to like talk about this because it's a travel vlog, you know. I want you guys to see the good vibes, and I want you guys to see the fun part of travel and leave feeling happy. But I also think that I want like my vlogs to be as real as possible, and so yeah, I feel really crappy right now. I was on my way to the room here, just really close by. I just started kind of crying on the road randomly and it's happening again. On my previous solo trip, I kept it pretty short, just 3 days. This trip is 6 days. Today is day 4. Yeah, I guess it's hit me a little today. Honestly, it's nothing too bad. I think I'm just going to sit and eat my food and probably get this cry out, and I'll just feel a lot better. I'll also go take a shower and get cozy. I'm sure all of that stuff will help. I have a fun tour booked for tomorrow, but I need to be up kind of early in the morning, so I'll prepare for that. Also, my vacation is sort of drawing to a close, so I want to try to start my packing and not leave it for the last minute. I'd still say it's been a rather fun day. Got into my new room, which is quite nice. Walked around in the area, got some food to eat, tried some fancy tea. We always have tomorrow.